What's good, y'all? And welcome back to another episode of the Hurls and Small Show. It is finally Super Bowl week.
Finally,
We have come
coming
back.
back.
But yeah, it's finally Super Bowl week. We're just a couple days away from the Super Bowl. Man, it's felt like 3 weeks since we've actually watched a meaningful game. Like, we had the championship game a couple of weeks ago, but Pro Bowl didn't watch anything of that. So it just feels like I've been deprived from football. And it's like after this Super Bowl, we're actually gonna be deprived from football for what, 6 months? So we'll get there when we get there. Unless
you tap into the UFL.
Smalls, how you doing? How you doing, man? How you doing?
So that means absolutely not. I get it. I'm doing pretty good though, dog. I've kind of gotten into the bad habit of taking a nap pretty much every day after work, and I absolutely hate when I get into that fucking routine because I also just said fuck within the first minute, and I'm trying to stop with that again. But those whole make myself better resolutions going into the year, I failed.
I feel you.
Other than that, though, pretty good. How about yourself?
And, before I get to myself, you were talking about your resolutions. You said if you're not 180 by the end of February. Not. So have you made any? I know it's only 7 days in. Have you made any progress towards that? Have you even gotten on the scale since then? Have you checked?
See, I wasn't gonna mention that in like the entire month. So whoever saw that one episode, it was like they get rewarded. No, it's cool. Keep it in.
Okay.
So for anybody who didn't see, if I'm not 185 by the end of February, I will be giving $100 to the first commenter our first episode of March. I was 100 and I believe 93 when I said that. And I'm like 189 right now. So I ain't giving out no money.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to call, Greg, tell him, feed Brady a couple extra burgers, throw a couple extra fries on his plate. But I'm doing pretty good. I was telling you before we started, we had a little conversation that, I had some KFC for dinner and I shouldn't have done it. It's like I had it and it was just so greasy and I felt so disgusting after I ate it. And it didn't even taste that good. So it just wasn't worth it. So I just shouldn't have done it, but it's all right. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain.
That's the worst too. When you know that you're not supposed to do something.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't hit either.
Yep. It's at least if it hits, it's like, oh, whatever. It tasted good. I'll just worry about it another time. But it didn't taste good. I know it wasn't good for me. Yeah, I'm disappointed.
When we talked about this before we started, I said I had a milkshake for lunch today, and I knew I wasn't supposed to do that. But milkshakes are like the best thing in the world,
bro.
So that's
and
never
they have
gonna miss.
So many fucking calories in it. It's crazy. They're so bad for you, but so good.
Yeah, they're horrible for you.
I can't blame you. But yeah, I'm doing decent. Do you have bold predictions today?
Nah.
No. Okay. See, I was gonna come with some this or that. It's but I was like, I ain't feel like it.
This is gonna be a fairly stripped down episode for y'all that are watching. There's not any waffle at the end for our wrestling fans. It's gonna be a short small talk segment. We're gonna talk about the awards that got announced today. We're gonna preview the Super Bowl, and it's kind of like this could very easily go down as our shortest episode so far, because I know our first one was like 1 hour 15, and I know Herlin says every episode, this might be a short episode, and I usually just think to myself, we don't ever have a short episode, but this one actually could be that.
Because I definitely did say it last episode, and it was another 2 hour episode. So it's I don't know how we managed to do it every single time, but I'm putting money down on it. This will be sub an hour and 10 minutes. It'll be under an hour and 10 minutes. I think so. No, because you can just fucking ramble forever and make it longer. So absolutely not. So
insider trading.
Since you got no holy shit, I still got this Laker game on. But you got no bold predictions today, so we can get straight into the awards that were announced today. If you guys didn't know, the NFL honors, or when you guys were seeing this yesterday, so on Thursday, the NFL honors happened. All the awards got announced. Some were.
Did you watch?
I did not watch. I just seen all the stuff on Twitter. I just got the notice for everybody who won the awards. So no, I didn't watch.
I figured You know, when they have these type of shows and everything, like no matter if it's this or the NBA or college or anything like that, they
Mhm.
have so much potential to actually be good. But the fact that they just pump it with so much talking about bullshit and then so
Mhm.
many commercials, it doesn't entice me to watch like at all. I watched when I want to say it was Defensive Rookie of the Year got announced and then the MVP got announced. That's all I
Mm.
saw.
Okay.
And and I saw all of the Hall of Fame guys walk across, and that was pretty cool.
The
So
only thing I saw of this was Justin Jefferson going up there and like the teleprompter stopped working, so he was telling them like, "Hey, like fix it." And that's literally the only thing I've seen from the NFL honors.
I was watching this while I was kind of editing some of the TikToks, and at the same time, I was like, I really want to watch the challenge, so I'm gonna watch the challenge instead. But I was flipping back in to see if there was anything going on at the same time, so
All right, we can
kind
get
of
into the
catching stuff from
awards
listening.
starting at. I mean, Walter Payton Man of the
Let's
Year.
start at the
Congrats to
bottom and
you,
go
Eric
up.
Armstead. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. The next gen stats moment of the year was Jaden Daniels' Hail Mary throw against the Bears.
The fact that they made him give a speech for that is
I
bogus.
saw. Absolutely, absolutely. But now into the real awards. The AP
Wait,
Defensive
wait, wait.
Rookie.
Oh. Shout out to George Kittle. He got the it was like
Salute to
the
service.
salute to service award. Yep. And I love seeing George talk.
I love George, man. But
Yep.
now onto the awards that most people care about. The AP Defensive Rookie of the Year. No surprise here. Jared Verse gets the award. What is that for? Jared Verse gets the award. We all had him written down. We all had him in our ballots. So this shows Roger Goodell got our ballots from last episode, and he obviously had Jared Verse win the award. Nothing to say
He must
there.
have
I'm
lost
sure.
mine in the fucking mail.
But this is literally mine. He had mine to a T. He literally only used mine because AP Offensive Rookie of the Year, another one that wasn't up for grabs. It was a one-man race the entire year. Jaden Daniels. Nothing to say there.
Defensive Rookie of the Year actually had votes to other people though. I know there was like guys like Mike Sanry still had a vote. The second place was Quinyon Mitchell from
Rightfully so.
Jared Verse had 37 of the first place votes, and Quinyon got 9 of them, and yeah, rightfully so. But he still wasn't close.
Mm-hmm.
And then Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jaden Daniels had every single vote for first place except one. One person gave it to Brock Bowers, which fair.
Shout out to you, Brock Bowers. AP Defensive Player of the Year, man. I'm so glad he got it. Shout out to Patrick Surtain. I'm so glad you talked about it last episode that a cornerback is getting this award again. Why are you laughing?
Why are you going in this order? Why are you starting with? I mean, it doesn't matter.
You said bottom up.
That's what caught me off guard at first.
My list, the way I have my list, this is how it is bottom up. Yeah, because you just said bottom up, so I wasn't even thinking about what is his bottom up. I just went from what I had bottom and
I just meant like least important to most important. So I was thinking like assistant coach.
Oh,
but we can keep
I didn't
going.
even have that fucking written down. Like I didn't even have it in there. Shout out to you, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, you won Assistant Coach of the Year. I seen Aaron Glenn was in the top 3. Somebody else was in the top 3 as well.
Vic Fangio.
Was it Vic Fangio? I thought he was towards the bottom. Mm-mm. Was Vic? Okay, well, shout outs to you, Vic Fangio, and shout outs to you, Ben Johnson, for winning the award. AP Offensive Player of the Year. This one, Saquon Barkley ended up winning, but there was some controversy behind this one because Jamar Chase didn't get a single first place vote, and he was a Triple Crown winner. That is ridiculous. The fact that this is what I was talking about, and you mentioned this too when we went over the finalists. Lamar Jackson shouldn't be getting votes for this. If you're voting somebody in for MVP, they should not also be getting votes for Offensive Player of the Year. Like Joe Burrow, I understand being here because he didn't make the playoffs, so there's no chance he gets the MVP. So I understand that. But a guy who's a finalist for the MVP shouldn't even be, especially a quarterback, because the only quarterbacks get the fucking MVP. So I just don't understand why Lamar Jackson got like 2 first place votes in this. But
at the same time, you can't say that because Saquon's a finalist and Saquon won this. They just need to
quarterbacks.
I know what you're saying. My point is that they just need to revamp literally every award. Make it the most valuable quarterback. Make it the most valuable skill position. Just shit like that because Lamar Jackson being second place in the Offensive Player of the Year category is absolutely ridiculous because he should have been the MVP. And as you said, you shouldn't be able to be MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Second place for Defensive Player of the Year was Trey Hendrickson, defensive edge for the Bengals. Also probably got done a little bit dirty because the Bengals were horrific. He got 11 of the first place votes to Pat Surtain's 26. And PS2 is also just a fire nickname in my opinion.
It is.
So
It is. It is. Comeback player of the year. It was no surprise here. Thank God it went to Joe Burrow and not to like a Sam Darnold or DeMar Hamlin. It really should have just been down to Joe Burrow and J.K. Dobbins and also Christian Gonzalez. Like Sam Darnold and who else did I just say shouldn't have even been in the fucking running for this award. They literally talked about this past offseason. Roger Goodell said we're making a definite definition on it. This is the definition. Not that you were bad. It's you coming back from injury, but they still put Sam Darnold in this for whatever reason.
this is my exact point once again. I don't even think Joe Burrow really should have been the winner of this award because he came back from an injury, but everybody knew he was going to come back and still be really good. J.K. Dobbins is a guy that was given up on by the Ravens, and we didn't know if he was going to be the same player anymore, and he was phenomenal this season. I think it should have easily been J.K. Dobbins, and I have a little bit of bias towards him because he's Ohio State, but so is Joe Burrow, so at the same time, it's not. And second place for this was Sam Darnold. It wasn't really close. It was 31-8, and Joe said this isn't an award you want to necessarily win, and he's completely
it does make
correct.
sense when you think about it. It's like, oh yeah, I was shit the year before, or I was hurt the year before, so it definitely does make sense. Moving on.
MVP next year, Joe.
I'll be rooting for you. Moving on to Coach of the Year. I think this was my Coach of the Year. It ended up being Kevin O'Connell of the Minnesota Vikings. I'm pretty sure this was my Coach of the Year. You had Dan Quinn.
I had Dan Quinn. This is definitely deserved. I think Dan Campbell was second. It was a close race. It was 25-19 on first place votes, and Kevin O'Connell deserves it. Some people, I give you shit a lot for picking them to win 2 games. I only picked them to win a 7, I believe. So at the same time,
What the fuck? This whole time I'm thinking, oh, he must have had the Vikings. Like I didn't even think about that. You had them winning 7, but I get so much shit. Oh fuck that! That is crazy.
You had them the worst team in the league.
That is crazy. So you had this whole time in my mind. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. It's just like, oh, Smalls had to have had them probably in the playoffs or something. But you had them at fucking 7 wins. I would have thought it was like 10 or 11. You had continue. That is crazy.
No, because in my mind, we're not getting 3 teams in the same division, and I had the Packers and Lions above them.
That's what I thought.
I didn't. No, you thought all 31 other teams in the league are going to be better than the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, did you have the Broncos as the worst team in the league? Don't even. You were insanely low on the Broncos, and they ended up making the playoffs. So I don't want to hear it.
We're both in the wrong.
Okay.
But I was just on some hating shit. You just thought the Vikings were going to be bad.
I'm not even going to explain my rationality more. Whatever. Yeah, I thought they were going to be bad. I thought they were going to be the worst team in the league. Yeah, for sure. Moving on to the biggest shocker of the night. The AP most valuable player. You already see Smalls' face. He's not too happy with this one. It ended up going to Josh Allen.
And don't say I'm not too happy
I was
because
so shocked when I saw this on my phone. But go ahead.
I absolutely love Josh Allen. I have since he became the starting quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. And, then Stephon goes over there, and I like him even more. And I've loved Josh since they got Stephon because Stephon finally getting a quarterback. They might do that thing, and they never did that thing. But Josh Allen, he stands up when his name goes across like, yeah, I was kind of expecting to win. But at the same time, how is Lamar Jackson your first team All-Pro then? That just doesn't make any sense to me. And I saw Nico say that he likes the whole point of it because, they're recognizing that Josh Allen is the most valuable player in the entire league, but Lamar Jackson had a better season. And I kind of get what he's saying there, but at the same time, I don't fuck with it.
I get it in the sense of it's like, okay, we're finally going to say we're going to give MVP to the actual most valuable person. But that narrative changes from season to season. 1 year is just whoever had the best numbers. Next year, like this season, it's just who was the most valuable player, not necessarily the best numbers. Like last year, Lamar Jackson should not. That was undoubtedly just a bad MVP season because Lamar's numbers were not comparable to this. If you look at Lamar's numbers last season to this season,
last season should have been bad.
You're like, how the fuck did Lamar win MVP last season but not this year? So I guess if that's what they're going towards, it looks like the past 2 years, it looks like they're actually giving it to the player that's most valuable and not just the best numbers. Because I wasn't a guy that said Lamar Jackson should have been MVP last year because I was going off the numbers because that's what they've usually done for time. But I don't know if this is a new thing the NFL is doing now, which I don't mind if they stick to this, because I don't want next year somebody it to be the same case. Lamar Jackson's the most valuable player, but somebody throws for 45 touchdowns and they get it. So if they just want to keep it as like just going based on what the award literally says, most valuable, that's fine. But I just hope it just doesn't change from year to year.
And I will continue to say that's my most flack when it comes to these awards.
In the NBA too.
Make them the most valuable in the NBA is kind of hard to identify, but every other award actually makes sense. None of these awards, other than the rookies, actually make sense.
For sure. Like, I just don't think, especially when it's like, I don't think anything else but most valuable player should matter about the team. Like, and every other award aside from MVP, the team should not matter. Whether my team was 17-0 or 0-17, it should not matter. I think the only team-based award should be MVP, how valuable I was to my team as a whole. Offensive player of the year, that shouldn't matter. This should just be about me, not my team. So I don't know if that had something to do with Jamar Chase not getting a single vote because the Bengals weren't where they were supposed to be. Trey Hendrickson. I just don't. I think the team aspect should only come into effect for MVP, nothing else.
I agree. As I said, I watched the MVP being announced, and it was a cool little thing. They had Deion Dawkins up there. They had a representative for all 5 nominees for the award, and they had Deion Dawkins up there, and he was kind of like going to war for why Josh Allen deserved it and everything, and how great of a teammate was, and how this was his best season. And it was cool to see. And then they had Shady McCoy talk about Saquon, and I ain't seen him in a while, and I deadass thought it was Debo when they first showed him because they look damn near identical now. They had Kurt Warner for Joe Burrow, and I didn't really understand that one.
Couldn't tell you.
Is there a tie between them for something?
Don't know.
Because everyone else, like Aiden Hutchinson was Goff, and Ray Lewis was for Lamar, so it was all like
maybe Kurt
team
Warner's
to team.
Just a Joe Burrow guy. I couldn't tell you. I literally have no.
Yeah, it didn't make much sense to me, but. I thought Lamar was going to win this award. So before it was even announced, I wrote on my thing, Lamar Jackson winner, second place, Josh Allen. And it pops up, and the final count was 383 votes for Josh Allen and 362 total votes for Lamar. So it was a really close award. So there's not really much like bitching and moaning you can really do because they both deserved it. They both had phenomenal seasons.
For sure. But I think in the long run, this may be a good thing for Lamar because I think if he would have got this one, it would have been tough for him to get another one. Because people would say we got to see him do it in the playoffs, even though playoffs don't come into effect. It's like, oh, Lamar Jackson hasn't done anything in playoffs, hasn't shown up in the playoffs. We're not going to vote him this year. So I think in the long run, this may be beneficial to Lamar to maybe be able to get some more because I think if he would have won 3 in a row, it would have been tough. It would have been a lot of voters fatigue. I think it would have been tough for him to get another. So at the end of the day, I had Josh Allen at the end, but it's whatever. I think Lamar will be fine. He'll probably get another couple more before he retires, if not more.
I ain't said it in a while. And there's a reason to say it this time. Because she was in attendance sitting right next to him. Josh Allen, you got a fine-ass fiance, dog. Haley Steinfeld, congrats. Lord have mercy.
I saw them. I saw them taking pictures, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen any of like the lore behind her and can't even think of dude's name. The homie that played Miles Morales in the animated movies. You know, like all of the Spider-Man end up with their coach. That's crazy. They're both phenomenal.
The guys tell me that all the time.
But all of the Spider-Men have dated their co-star for at least a little bit of time. And homie was trying hard as hell with Haley Steinfeld.
Really?
And then when it was announced that she got engaged to Josh Allen, he posted some like subliminal on Twitter and everything. And it was like about her, like, when's it going to be my turn or something like that. Dang. And he ended up getting flamed for it and like deactivating his account and all this bullshit. And I don't even remember where I was going with this, but I just feel bad for it. Because she got a new movie coming out with Michael B. Jordan. It's that level.
I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
She's like rubbing up on him, and it's what the heck? Damn. I wish I could remember. I'm about to just look it up.
I definitely saw it.
But we can get into.
Yeah, LeBron just had 42, 17, and 8. Man, that's my goal.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about that when you were talking, but I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, LeBron.
That's insane. 40 years old.
Yeah, shout out to you, man. But we can get into the Super Bowl matchup. We have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl What number is this? 58?
Shamik Moore.
59? Tamik Moore, that's the
Shamik
Spider-Man.
Moore.
Shamik Moore, that's the actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, we have the Chiefs taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. And I think the place to start has to be, how do you contain number 26 for Philadelphia?
Super Bowl 59.
59. I think in this game, we've seen Spags do it a lot, where he has a free rusher off the edge, a safety blitzing.
Damn.
A corner.
You move on too fast. God damn it!
Why is that?
You completely skipped the. You skipped the Hall of Fame announcements. That was part of the honors award.
But I swear, if we go back 2 minutes, you're like, go ahead and move on. Go ahead and move on. I swear you said.
I probably did, but I did because I was focused on Shamik Moore for whatever reason.
Okay, you go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Quick. Shout out Jared Allen, not Jared Allen. Jared Allen, Sterling Sharp. Sterling, I can't talk, dog. Jared Allen, Sterling Sharp, Eric Allen, and Antonio Gates for making the Hall of Fame. All very well deserved. At the same time, there's no way Luke Kuechly isn't in the Hall of Fame.
He's another guy I was watching highlights, because I said I was doing with Andrew Luck like 6 months ago. Maybe I was watching highlights of Luke Kuechly, and my goodness, bro, he was so good, so good.
And it was kind of a question if Eli would make it his first time, and he didn't end up doing it. And apparently he wasn't even close to making it this first time. But Luke Kuechly and Adam Vinatieri were the two closest to it.
Eli should definitely be a guy that gets it eventually.
He will eventually. Yeah. Sorry for interrupting, though. Go back to Saquon and Steve Spagnuolo.
Yeah, as I was saying, Steve Spagnuolo's been a guy that loves to, send a free rusher, whether it's a safety, a corner. He just has somebody rushing off the edge, blitzing off the edge. They may show like it's too high in the beginning, then drop to one, then it's only one high. They have a safety come down into the box. So I think if there's anybody on this planet I trust to make a game plan to stop number 26, not that he's going to stop him, but just to maybe slow him down as much as you can. So maybe he only rushed for 120 yards instead of 170. But it's definitely Steve. So I think that has to be the game plan coming into this game. Not that Jalen Hurts can't do it or he won't do it, because he showed he already can do it against this same team on this same stage, that he can go out there and put on a performance of his life. But you really just have to make Jalen Hurts go and beat you. You really have to. The only way the Chiefs should be okay losing this, not that you're okay losing this game, but the only way they should be able to sleep at night losing this game is if Jalen Hurts is the Super Bowl MVP. Because if it's not Jalen Hurts, it's obviously going to be Saquon Barkley, and you cannot walk away from this game and say to yourself, "Damn, Saquon Barkley was the Super Bowl MVP." Because you just have to give yourself a chance, because if your game plan isn't centered around number 26, he's gonna tear your ass apart. We saw him do it the entire season, and he's done it and then some in the playoffs. Did it to the Rams, did it to the Commanders. So like I said, if there's anybody I'd put money into to stop number 26, it's Steve. Like I said, and I think he's just gonna have to make it tough, because especially if he's gonna make them throw, you have to disguise it. Looks like he's done. He did it a lot to us, and it got Brock Purdy in some trouble. You show too high at the beginning, then you have somebody drop, or you show one high at the beginning, then you have somebody fall back into coverage. You have to just make it tough for Jalen Hurts, and not to where he's not able to read the defense pre-snap. Show him something pre-snap, and show him something different after the snap. You just gotta make life tough for Jalen Hurts. And as far as Saquon Barkley, I really think you just stack the box and continue to do what you're doing, where you bring that free rusher off the edge and make things tough for them in that way.
We had similar things. I put Pat Mahomes and Jalen Hurts as the quarterbacks, obviously, and Jalen Hurts was phenomenal in his only Super Bowl so far. And for them to want to win the Super Bowl, he's going to have to be the exact same way. Mm-hmm. I didn't really talk about Steve Spagnuolo as much, but my exact wording was that we both know that the Eagles have the better defense of the two teams, I believe that the Chiefs are better suited defensively to stop the opposing offense, because they have one of the better defensive lines in football with Chris Jones and George Karlaftis. And Chris Jones is
so
going to do his
playoff performer, bro. That's the definition of just showing up when the playoffs come.
Nick Bolton is in damn near every single tackle. So if
every single one, I'm so glad every single one. If
there's a team that can, nobody is stopping Saquon. We'd be fools to say that was going to happen.
For sure.
But if there was a team that could slow him down to the highest degree, I truly believe it's the Kansas City Chiefs, because Steve Spagnuolo is the best defensive coordinator in the league, as you already went on about, and then they have I think they have the personnel to slow him down.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side, when the Chiefs have the ball, I just think that as good as the Eagles are, they're not fast enough in the secondary to keep up with both Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown. And I think that one of those two are going to have a phenomenal game, and those two are going to cause so much havoc that you're going to see Juju go off for a 30-yard play, or you're going to see him go off for 25, something like that, and it's just going to be demoralizing you. It's going to be a third down play, and Travis Kelce's going to do everything underneath.
Yep.
And as good as Jalen Carter is, and as good as Darius Slay is, and as good as the overall defense of this team really is, it's going to be hard to stop this offense. And if the Chiefs take a lead early on, and you force the Eagles to move on from like not utilize Saquon to the highest degree that they can, it's going to be hard. The Eagles have to get the ball first, and you have to punch it in immediately.
Both teams, your goal, which it is every game, but I think in this game specifically with these two teams, your goal has to be written down the first thing on that whiteboard. Start fast. The team that starts fast will probably win this game, because if the Chiefs start fast, you stop the Eagles from allowing them to go to Saquon Barkley. And if you're the Eagles and you start fast, you get out to a 10-point lead, a 14-point lead. Now we can just have number 26 just pound it 30 times, and we probably walk away with this win. So whoever starts this game off the fastest and can get off to that, maybe not a 21-point lead, not a 3-score lead, but even just a 10-point lead, a 14-point lead, 2 scores and you're up. They probably walk away from this game, because I don't see a big time comeback in this game. I don't either. If we see any type of separation in this game, I think it's pretty much over from there. I really do think it is, because I don't think Jalen Hurts not that he isn't capable of doing it, but I just don't know if he's going to be able to do it against a defense of this level to where he can come back down 15 points when his team needs him against the Chiefs. And not that Patrick Mahomes can't do it, because we know he can, but I just don't know if he'll have the time, because the Eagles and Saquon Barkley, and hell, even Jalen Hurts will get it done on the ground and just chew clock to where it's only you have 2 or 3 possessions in the second half, and there's no time for you to make that comeback. So it really is about starting as fast as you can in this game.
And he doesn't get a lot of carries, but even when Kenny Gainwell's in there, he's looked really good these playoffs.
For sure. Absolutely.
I've been extremely skeptical of Jalen Hurts this entire season, but he looked very good in their winning against the Commanders in the conference championship. And if you can get that same version of him, even if he puts on the exact same performance, I truly believe that they can pull off this upset. And I think it would be an upset. As you said, the Eagles probably have talent versus talent, the better team.
Yeah, for sure.
My question is, can Nick Sirianni keep up with Andy Reid? He's not going to outcoach him by any means. Can he just stay on par with not getting coach circles around? Because I truly, if it's a 10-point game, I think it's over. As we both said.
Whoever's up, I think it's over. Yeah, whoever is up is probably winning that game if they go up 10 points. Can Nick Sirianni keep up? I'm not sure. I just don't know how many 4th down situations we can see in this game. And I know the Philly, the tush push works like a charm, but I just don't know how many risks you can take in this game, because like we said, if you go down, especially to Patrick Mahomes, I just don't know. I don't see a word where you win this game. So I would be so cautious to go for it on 4th down. I get it. Maybe if you're in your own territory, you're inside the 10-yard line, for sure, why not go for it? But I just don't see, if you're on the wrong side of the 50, even if it is a 4th and 1, 4th and 2, I just can't take that chance and, risk us giving the ball to Patrick Mahomes, and he only has to go another 20 yards and he's in field goal range, or another 40 and now it's a touchdown. So I just can't. I just wouldn't be able to do that if I'm Nick Sirianni. But who knows what he'll do? He probably will do it, because Nick Sirianni is fucking crazy. But as far as Jalen Hurts, you were talking about him. Like I as well gave him a lot of flack, but one thing he has been this season, and especially in these playoffs, he's been clutch. When they've needed a big-time throw on 4th down or a big-time throw late in the game, he's been able to make it. I referenced that throw he made to A.J. Brown on 4th down up the right sideline. I think it was like 4th and 6, and he made a beautiful pass to A.J. Brown. And I can't take away the best game Jalen Hurts has ever played in his life is in the Super Bowl. So I know the moment isn't too big for him. I know it isn't. He's gotten a lot of flack, but I definitely do believe Jalen Hurts, if it comes down to it, he can win this game for the Eagles. And I think that's what it's going to take. They're going to make him win this game. So Jalen Hurts, I believe in you, dog. I think you can get it done, but it'll be tough. It'll be tough, man. I just have a tough time picking against Patrick Mahomes. I really do. Like, even now, I still don't know who I'm going to pick. It'll probably just be a coin toss, I guess. I could honestly see anything happening in this game. It's literally 50-50 for me.
And I don't care about either of these teams at
No,
all, but
not
I'm
at all.
excited for it because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But what I can say is that I have zero ill will towards this player. But every time I'm rooting against the Eagles because I like the other team better, whether it's a 2nd and 20 or a 3rd down or a 4th down or just a really big play late in the game, I feel like every time the Philadelphia Eagles need a play, Dallas Goedert just pulls something out of his ass.
Bro, it's
So
ridiculous.
if we get to the Super Bowl and you're playing against the Kansas City Chiefs and Dallas Goedert just doesn't do anything, I will be absolutely furious.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And then another thing is the Eagles, they can't beat themselves. And I'm not even talking about all the refs are going to be, on the Chiefs side or anything like that. I just mean you can't have the Chiefs and say you got them on 3rd and 10, and you can't Jalen Carter, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Quinyon Mitchell. You can't just have a dumb penalty where you're just hitting the guy late, you're getting unnecessary roughness, doing something just unnecessary, because those are guys that definitely will do something like that. So in this game against this team that'll capitalize on every mistake you make, you just can't put yourself in that situation. So you just cannot beat yourself when it comes to just doing things that are just so unnecessary, just getting unnecessary penalties, post-snap penalties that aren't even part of the play. Getting a pass interference is one thing, but getting an unsportsmanlike conduct after the play is something completely different. You just can't do things like that. So I'm praying in this game, calmer heads will prevail and they can just, keep their cool and not allow the refs to decide this game in the Chiefs' favor.
Did you see the reporter ask Quinyon Mitchell how it feels to be back in the Super Bowl?
Mm-mm. I saw them ask Jalen Hurts about how do you think it is playing in front of how do you think it'll be? Do you think it's added pressure playing in front of President Trump? And he was just like, no, ma'am. I saw that.
That's it. There's Kelsey too, and he was like, "It's an honor."
He got onto some, yeah. He had a little soliloquy, yeah. He definitely did, yeah.
But there's been a lot of reporters at these interviews that just should not be there.
Oh, I saw oh my
the guy with Pat Mahomes saying, "Who's your favorite ref?" And he was like,
"Was that the one I saw?" Yeah, there was a bad one. It might have been to Travis Kelce. I forget what it was. Continue. I'm gonna look it up.
Travis Kelce did have one. It was the same question. No, it was. Are you gonna? I saw Travis get asked if he was gonna propose to Taylor at halftime.
I don't think that was it.
That was a bad one, but he did have a worse one.
Yeah.
They asked Travis something, and
here it is. A media member asked Travis Kelce if he loves Taylor Swift or phantom 15-yard roughing the passer penalties in the playoffs more.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Roger Goodell, if you're inviting that idiot to the Super Bowl, we should be getting a fucking invite too. I promise you we won't be asking no shit like that, Roger Goodell. We should be getting an invite if that guy can make it to Super Bowl media. Please. That's ridiculous.
Travis's answer to that was like, "Wow, that's a good question. Any serious ones?" And he just looks around like, "Fuck this dude." But that was the same guy. He asked Pat Mahomes who his favorite ref was, and blah blah blah. And then the same guy asked Travis Kelce, phantom 15-yard, But say we were there, you get one question.
I don't know what.
Are you waiting? Not even what you're asking. Who are you going to? Are you waiting forever to talk to a Travis or a Pat Mahomes?
No. I'm going to a guy that has a couple of people or no people, and I'm going to get, maybe a bunch of questions off, have a conversation with the guy. Because if Pat Mahomes or Travis Kelce, maybe I could make an impact on them if I asked just such a great question. But if I can have a conversation with a fucking Joe Tooney because there's not a lot of people there, or Lane Johnson, I could have a deep conversation with him. I'd rather do that than get a one question off with Travis Kelce.
You get one person. Who are you picking?
So
because a Saquon's still gonna have a lot of people.
Yeah, so
AJ Brown's gonna have a lot of people.
So in that sense, maybe
a guy like Devonta Smith would have some, but
maybe a Cooper DeJean then. If I'm going for somebody low key,
Cooper DeJean is not.
Or for you, it would probably have to be Juju. Somebody like that.
That's what I was waiting to
somebody
say.
Like that. That's somebody.
Cooper DeJean's been in a lot of the on-field interviews, and he seems like a great guy. I like hearing him talk.
Mm-hmm.
There was something else I was gonna say before. Oh, I would like to apologize to fans of every jersey I have worn this season, because I believe that I might be bad luck.
Why is that?
First round comes, I wear my Justin Jefferson jersey, Vikings lose. I wear my Lamar jersey, Ravens lose.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing my CJ Stroud jersey. Texans lose. I didn't wear CJ the first week, and I thought they were gonna lose, and they win.
We got to
I
get
wore
the
my
tally on
Commanders
the
jersey
regular
in the
season
conference. True, but I mean, like as the game's going on, I'm wearing these jerseys, and they just it was. I think every team that played, and I had their jersey on, ended up losing.
Wow. Yeah. So I pray you never buy a Niners jersey. I pray you never buy one. Please and thank you.
I don't think I was successful once.
Yeah.
I think I wore Sam Laporta when they lost.
Really? In the divisionals? Because they were one and done, so you wore Sam Laporta that night. So,
I
do you
think
have
so.
an Eagle or Chiefs jersey?
I have a Pat Mahomes, but I haven't worn it.
Don't you dare put it on. Don't you dare put it on, because you can have the entirety of Chiefs Kingdom on your head. But what I wanted to ask you, how many future Hall of Famers are in this game? Because I saw somebody ask this.
A shit ton.
I think it was Rich Eisen, I want to say. How many future Hall of Famers are in this game, whether it's players and coaches?
So are we saying like if they retired now, or like if they continue that? Because Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones are easily Hall of Famers right now.
Andy Reid,
those
4
coaches, that makes it more complicated because Steve Spagnuolo might already be. Maybe
Vic
a system, I guess.
Maybe, but if we're talking just the Chiefs, so that's 4 with Andy Reid. DeAndre Hopkins.
I don't think so. I don't think if he retired right now, he's a Hall of Famer.
I think if he gets especially if he gets the Super Bowl ring, I think D-Hop has this very, very strong case.
If he gets a ring, absolutely, absolutely.
And then on the Eagles side, we have Saquon Barkley, who I think for sure will be in. I think Lane Johnson will be in one day.
Sorry to interrupt you. Homie in the secondary for the Chiefs. Their safety. Justin, not Simmons.
Justin Reed.
Justin Reed. I think Justin Reed's probably a Hall of Famer. Not right now, but if they continue.
Okay, then if they continue, I mean, he's super young. Trent McDuffie may have a case one day.
But that it's hard to predict the super young guys.
That's too young.
That's too young. Because Justin Reed, I believe he's pretty close.
I see it. Joe Tooney.
Saquon.
Joe Tooney has this will be like 5 Super Bowls for him if he wins this one, because with the Patriots,
he's probably already a Hall of Famer
for sure. Yeah.
Creed Humphrey probably close.
Creed Humphrey would probably get there. Yeah. I think that may be it for the Chiefs, which I'm saying it like it wasn't fucking like 7 of them. And for the Eagles, we have Saquon Barkley is a lock. Lane Johnson, I think, is a lock.
Lane Johnson's a lot.
Darius Slay may get in one day. That might be it for the Eagles.
They're pretty young. Like Jalen Carter would probably be there someday, but
if we aren't projecting, that may be it.
AJ Brown.
I guess if he continues this for another 2-3 years, he could probably get in, because we're not projecting too far for him, because he doesn't have another like 8 years in him. So for sure he could. I
don't think Jalen Hurts is.
No, unless I can't say today exactly. Yeah, I can't say today with Jalen Hurts. That may be it for the Eagles. So what is that, like maybe like 9 guys in this game that could possibly be in the Hall of Fame, if we're not even projecting any 10-year guys going on to play another 10 years. It's ridiculous.
It's a good game, dude.
It is.
We already said. I really I don't like either one of these teams, but I'm extremely excited for this game, and
yeah, for sure.
Hopefully it's a good one.
I hate both of these teams. Not hate, because I don't hate any team, but these are bottom of the barrel teams for me, especially being a Niners fan. Bottom of the barrel. I couldn't pick any 2 other teams that would be a worse matchup. But like you said, I'm just really hoping for a good game. The first one was an amazing game, so as long as it's a good game, I'll be cheering my ass off regardless. I'll probably be cheering for every score that happens in this game, because I really don't care who wins whatsoever. But I think I'm ready to make my decision. I think I do have my Super Bowl pick. My mom's birthday, February 9th, the day of the Super Bowl. Saquon Barkley's birthday, February 9th, day of the Super Bowl. And I think on his birthday, Saquon Barkley will win Super Bowl MVP.
I'm flying too,
and
baby.
Will win the Super Bowl. The Eagles are going to be my Super Bowl champions. And I've said it all season. I can't pick against Patrick Mahomes, because he makes me look like a jackass every single time. But the Eagles are different, man. This is such a good team. And from what I've seen from Jalen Hurts, I do have faith in him that he can win this game if it comes down to it. If they need a money drive from him, I believe he can go down and win the game for him. If Saquon Barkley is being shut down in any way, I think he can win this game for him. I really do believe in this Eagles team, and for Nick Sirianni to not get in the way of this talent that is on this roster. This defense has been phenomenal this season under Vic Fangio after they looked subpar last year. So I really do believe in this team.
Are you saying Fangio?
Vic Fangio, yeah.
Like fan, like.
Oh, sorry, Vic Fangio, sorry, but like I really do believe in this team and especially this defense as opposed to how they looked last season. So I'm gonna take the Eagles here, and I'm gonna even give you a score. I'm gonna say Eagles 27, Chiefs 21.
I'm also very hesitantly taking the Eagles because
for sure.
I think that the Chiefs could pretty easily win this game if they start off better. But let me go with like a 32-28 game, something like that.
All right, so we're both rolling with the Eagles.
This game ends up being like the Patriots-Rams 13-3.
Who's Super Bowl MVP?
Or the Seahawks-Broncos absolute ass kicking.
Oh. The ass kicking, for sure, the ass kicking. At least I'm seeing some points. Like that's why I didn't hate the Bucks and Chiefs Super Bowl. I really didn't hate it. But if it's a low scoring game, boring, 13-3, I just can't. I can't do that. I can't sit through and watch that. But if at least some points are being put up on the board, even if it's by one team, I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
But at the same time, you know who's winning the ass kicking. There's no reason to keep watching. The 13-3 is like. Sure. Anybody can still pull this out.
Yeah, but it's just such a drag to sit through, man. It's just such a drag. It is. So I would definitely take the blowout.
What Matt Ariza comes on for his 13th punt of the day.
I just can't I can't. Like that shit is just so boring to me. I can't do it. I'd much rather sit through at least one team putting up 30 or 40 points than both teams combining for under 20. Can't do it. Cannot do it.
Make your MVP prediction. Is it Jalen or is it Saquon?
I'm going Jalen Hurts.
I don't think he gets it. I think if the Eagles win and it's because of the passing game, AJ Brown dominates.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say they would just give it to AJ Brown, but if AJ Brown dominates, sure. But I feel like then Jalen Hurts would have to have thrown 3 interceptions, but he also threw 3 touchdowns. I feel like that's the only way a receiver would get it. Because if it's Jalen Hurts had a pretty good game where he was 250 yards, 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, I feel like he would still get it even if AJ Brown had 100 yards and a touchdown. I feel like Jalen Hurts would have to have a bad game and AJ Brown still be productive in that bad game for him to get it.
You're probably right. I just really like AJ Brown and I don't really care about Jalen Hurts. So
I got Jalen.
I want Saquon to win it though.
I think he will win it, but I'll take Jalen Hurts. I'll be different.
All right, well, that's all we got for the Super Bowl preview. Hopefully, when we come back on, what do we release on Tuesdays? When y'all see us again on Tuesday, it's like, yeah, that's the best Super Bowl we've seen since Tom Brady was playing the Falcons or the Seahawks, and not a holy shit 3-0.
And I don't know where am I even gonna be. Like, are you having a Super Bowl party? Are you a Super Bowl party family?
I have no idea.
Because like I said, my mom's birthday is on the Super Bowl, so I don't know if we'll be doing something for that. I have a friend whose birthday is the day after the Super Bowl. I don't know if we're doing something for that. My brother wants me to go to his house for the Super Bowl. My other friend, I got asked by a different friend if I wanted to go to his house for the Super Bowl. So I really don't know what's gonna happen for the Super Bowl. I really just enjoy just sitting by myself, to be honest, and just watching it. Or my brothers. That's really it. It's either with my brother or by myself, so we'll see. But like, are you like we got 3 boxes of pizza, we got wings, we got cookies, we got cupcakes type of Super Bowl guy? No. Okay.
I'm not that type of person for any event. My pops and my brothers like to go out to like do somewhere for the Ohio State Michigan game every year. Not for the Super Bowl, but they just live so like my brother Greg, his fiance asked me if I was coming to their party, and it's like, I don't know, probably not, because they live 2 hours away, and I don't care enough to drive 2 hours away.
For sure.
Especially because it's going to be a 3-hour game, and then I work on Monday. I'm not Hey, boss man, I need Monday off because I was watching football last night.
For sure. That makes sense. I'm not blaming you. Well,
Before we get out of here,
for football, yeah, go ahead.
I got a little trivia game for you. Now that the NFL season is nearing an end, we had 7 passing performances over 400 yards this season. You think you can guess them all?
Yeah. Dude, what by guess them all, do you just mean all the players that did it? Guess the game they did it? What do you...
You don't have to say game, but all 7 guys, yeah.
Yeah. Brock Purdy did it. No,
No.
he didn't. No, he didn't. He threw for like 367. No, Brock Purdy did. Lamar Jackson did it.
No.
What? Okay, Baker Mayfield did it.
Do we put like a amount of lives on you? Get like 5 lives, or?
Okay, yeah, but let's start over.
Or do you just want to try to get them?
No, amount of lives. Okay, give me. So it's 7 guys, right?
There are 7 performances.
Okay, and I'll have to tell you that if they did it twice or not. If I just say fucking Baker Mayfield and he's on there 3 times, don't tell me it was 3. I'll have to tell you. You know what I mean?
Okay,
so
there's 7
Give
performances.
me 4. So give me 4. Give me 4 strikes. I think that's fair.
Including your 2 already strikes, or are you getting 4 more?
No. I'm getting.
So you should get 3 then, because you already got 2 wrong.
Okay. Baker Mayfield.
Strike 1.
What? Oh my gosh. So I said Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, and who did I say? Lamar Jackson? Yeah, it was Lamar. Okay. 400. This shouldn't be that hard, Hurlins. Jaden Daniels.
Baker Mayfield's high this year was 370.
Okay, Jaden Daniels.
Strike 2.
Holy shit. Okay, let's regroup. Bring it back in, guys. Hold up.
Jaden Daniels' high in passing yards this season was 326.
Holy fuck, not even close. Okay, so Joe Burrow's probably up there. These are not my guesses. I'm not guessing. I'm just, thinking to myself.
Lamar Jackson had 348.
Oh my gosh. And Brock Purdy's was 3. I'm going to say no, it was 367 or 373. One of the two.
You're wrong on both. That was 377.
Dang. Okay. Baker didn't do it either. That's the most wild one, that Baker didn't do it. Jared Goff had to have done it. But did I guess him already? Jared Goff.
Your first was Brock Purdy. You then said Lamar. You then said Baker.
Okay, so Jared Goff. So Jared Goff did it.
It's your last life. You're guessing Jared Goff.
Yes. I know he did it. I'm about to rattle off crazy. I'm going to go on a crazy run. Jared Goff is up there.
Jared Goff is number 7 at 412 yards versus Jacksonville in a win.
Oh, it was against Jacksonville? Then Jared Goff is up there again. But I'm not guessing it. We'll come back to him. Okay. There has to be an oddball guy on here. I know there is. There has to be. I think Derek Carr's on here. Because those first 2 games from the Saints, he might be up here, but I'm not guessing him yet. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. This should be right. Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow is number 6 with 412 yards versus Denver in a win.
Okay. Pat Mahomes, no, not this year. Matt Stafford, did he have a big shootout game or something? Oh, this is a crazy pull. Jameis Winston, I think, is up here. I think Jameis is up here, but I can't go out on Jameis. If Jameis is the one I go out on, I look like a fucking jackass. We'll come back to Jameis. Josh Allen has to be up here, right? I'm guessing Josh Allen. No! Oh no! Fuck! Okay, is Jameis up there?
You want 3 more strikes? Or you want? I'll give you 1 more strike. Okay. You had asked for 4.
Okay. So, who the fuck is up here then? It has to be just a bunch of fucking all-ball guys.
Are you guessing Jameis? Is that your last guess?
I'm guessing Jameis Winston. Yes, I am.
Jameis Winston is number 2 at 497 yards versus Denver in a loss.
97. Holy shit. You know who's another one? I think Kirk Cousins might be up here.
Why the fuck want to pop up Josh Allen season high?
Kirk Cousins. Because Kyler Murray, I don't think is up there. Geno's not up there. Matthew Stafford's a maybe. Brock Purdy was already no. Jordan Love might be. Oh, Sam Darnold's up there. He has to be, but that's not my guess. But Sam Darnold's probably up there. Maybe. No.
Josh Allen.
What's his?
Come on.
Tua might be up there.
Oh, yeah, you did. You guessed Josh Allen.
Yeah,
his high was 362 this season versus Detroit.
So it has to be a lot of repeats. Okay, so look, I'm saying Jared Goff's up there again. I think Jared Goff might be the 500 quarterback. Oh, shit.
With 494 versus Buffalo, and they lost.
And I think I may guess him again because I think Jared Goff is the 500-yard quarterback. But we'll hold off.
You have number 1 left, you have number 4 left, and you have number 5 left.
And Jameis was 497. But it would have been a moment. Did somebody hit 500 yards? Or were they just one above Jameis or something? Oh, okay. So Joe Burrow, Jameis Winston, and Jared Goff are up there. Goff is up there twice. Joe Burrow might be up there twice. Jameis might be up there twice too. But for some reason, I think Kirk Cousins is up here. I really do. But when he had that couple of game stretch where he was really good before he fell off the face of the earth, he's probably going to get released too, which is crazy, by the way. I just saw a report on that yesterday, I think I'm going to go out swinging here with Kirk Cousins. Or is it smarter to just say Joe Burrow is on here again? No, I want to look like the genius and pull the Kirk Cousins out of my ass. So Kirk Cousins was up there. That's a
Kirk Cousins is number 1 with 509 yards versus Tampa.
Hell yeah, Kirk Cousins. Okay, so Kirk.
4 and 5 left.
Jameis. I want to say Jared Goff is up here again.
You want me to tell you the yards?
Yeah.
You just want to.
Yeah.
Number 4 had 428 yards. Number 5 had 414 yards.
Does nothing for me. I only said Joe Burrow. I think Jameis might be on here again too. I think these are my quarterbacks, to be honest. I think those are all 4 of the quarterbacks, but I think a couple of them just have multiple appearances. So and I'm strongly leaning towards Jameis being on here again because I want to say he had 2 really good games because he beat the Steelers. Did he beat the Ravens too?
I think they choked against the Steelers. No, they choked against the Ravens. They choked against one of them, but beat the other.
Because they beat the Steelers in that snow game, no? Remember, it started off regular, then it turned into a snow game?
And then they were doing the Angels.
Yeah, because that was the big Jerry Jeudy game against the Steelers. Was it not, or was that against the Broncos?
That was against the Broncos.
Shit. Okay, fuck it. I don't want to waste too much time here. I'm gonna say Joe Burrow.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to say Joe Burrow's on the list again.
Joe Burrow is number 4 with 428 yards versus Baltimore in a loss.
Oh my gosh, both games against Baltimore. Wait, what was Joe Burrow's, the first one you told me where he was number 6 or whatever? Who was that against?
A win versus Denver.
Joe Burrow had a big game against the Steelers. That was a super high scoring game. He had a big game against the Commanders, Steelers, and both games against the Ravens. But it could be Jared Goff too. But I'm going to lock in. Final answer to clear the board. I'm clearing the board, Steve. We have it. I'm saying give me Joe Burrow. Again, he's on the list 3 different times. I'm locking in Joe Burrow, Steve.
Well, your hangman is officially dead in the corner, but I can tell you that there are no more repeats. Dang. Number 5 is a guy you haven't even thought of.
Really? If it's Justin Herbert, I'm gonna be upset because I.
You just said Joe Burrow had a big game against this team, and this team.
If it's Russell Wilson, I'm gonna be pissed. Is it Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson had 414 versus Cincy.
The Cincinnati defense, you guys are fucking dog shit. And I remember talking about that game, how Russell was picking them apart, whether it was zone. Fuck! Shout outs to you, Russell Wilson. Shout outs to you, man. Dang.
Ain't that crazy? The only 7 400-yard performances all season.
And we used to get it like
it was nothing.
From the start of the season, you could tell this was just not going to be a quarterback year. Like there were so few passing touchdowns in like the first 3 weeks of the season. Like it was weird to see. Like so many people had like the low 20s, but you still had your outliers that still had the 40s, like Lamar, Joe Burrow, but like the elites of the elites. But everyone else was just kind of dangling in the like mid 20s and sub. It was definitely a
Tom
weird year
Brady
for
would
quarterbacks.
scoff at these numbers.
Weird year for quarterbacks. But we'll take it. We'll take it. I applaud myself for the Kirk Cousins and Jameis.
For anybody that watches the TikToks, he does that at the end of every one, and he'll be like, "Yeah, we'll take it, and then he huffs and puffs every single time. That last one we filmed, where it was the blind rankings, which is posted tomorrow, blind rankings of hurlings and quarterbacks. Y'all should check it out. I was editing that one, and I was damn near in tears, crying, dude. You can't fucking tell me.
Oh yeah, cause you'll see, cause it definitely was some bullshit. Sit here, give me 4 fucking all-pro quarterbacks, but whatever. Is that all we got?
That's all we got football wise. I would like
okay,
to shout out Madison Green.
Mm-hmm.
They played yesterday against UCLA, the best team in the country, and they got beat because Kevin McCuff doesn't know that he can use the bench.
Oh, hold on. Sorry to cut you off. 2 years ago today, well, yeah, it's already the 7th. So 2 years ago today, LeBron James broke the all-time scoring record. So shout outs to you, LeBron.
Second time you got mentioned this episode, LeBron. So you might as well come on.
Like, literally, you may as well.
We saw you talk to Travis, so you might as well come over here too. I'm from Ohio. Mm-hmm. He's from Florida. You played there too.
Yep. You ever been to LA?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Never mind. Continue.
We can get in a small talk though. Just shout out Madison Green. The game disappointed me. I got 2 quick ones that won't take up much of our time. Stereotypical question you've probably been asked a bunch of times. Just curious what your answer will be because I've never asked you on here. You can go back in time. Give your 10-year-old self some advice. What are you telling him?
See, I was a guy that was like good at school, but didn't do good in school because I just didn't care. Like for a while I was like I had straight A's, really good at school, but then it got to a point, and I don't want to throw this on my friends and throw it on them, but I think it really did, and not that they're bad friends or were bad influences, but it was like I just made a bunch of friends, so it was kind of like I just started slacking off and not really caring as much. Like especially looking back in high school, it's like high school was not hard at all. I just didn't give a fuck. Like there was nothing hard we did back in high school that I couldn't have done. It's just I just didn't care. So I would just tell myself just to try a lot harder in school.
I would like to tell myself to believe in myself more because I felt like there was just so many times in life where I was skeptical that I couldn't do something. It's like, stop being a fucking pussy. You can, and I find that out a lot now in my life because we do stuff at work and it's I try to push it on to other people and it's like, Brady, just go over there and do it. You know you can. You're not gonna fuck anything up. Stop being a pussy. Only other thing I have for you. I was laying in bed when I woke up from my nap, and I don't know what prompted it, but I was just thinking. There's so many movies about both of these things, and I don't know if you believe in either one of them. But it's not even a really long discussion. It's just, do you believe
is one
in either aliens or ghosts?
I definitely do believe in aliens. Now, do they look like how they're portrayed in movies? No, probably not. But you just cannot tell me there's no other life form on any planet in the entire solar system, galaxy, anywhere else in this fucking void that is space. You just can't tell me that there's no other life form. So if an alien is just considered being any other life form that's not on Earth, there for sure is. I believe in aliens. I definitely do believe in aliens. Now, ghost, I'm not that I'm like. I don't think I'm kind of on the fence. If there is a middle ground on ghosts, I think that's where I am because I just don't know where I don't know if I believe or don't believe in them. So I really don't question it. If somebody believes in ghosts, I'm not saying, nah, how the fuck could you believe in ghosts? Like, you're an idiot. But if somebody doesn't believe in ghosts, I'm not trying to sway them into saying they're real. I'm just kind of on the fence because I've seen a lot of stuff to where it's like, dang, like that's not like, how do you explain that? How do you explain this paranormal activity? And things like that. So I don't know. I don't know where I really stand on ghosts. I'm like I said, I'm on the fence.
I'm so glad we started this podcast because it's cool finding out how much we have in fucking common. Because just like aliens, I definitely believe there's other people out there,
There's
but
just
I don't.
no way we're the only. Yeah, there's no way.
They're not the big green-headed bastards that are portrayed.
Mm-hmm.
And with ghosts, I just don't care if they're out there. Shouts out to them. Hope you're having fun watching over us.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not, who cares?
Yeah,
just don't fuck with me, and we can be homies.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to ask me, I would say, like, if I had to lean one way, I would probably be 50.5% that yes, ghosts are real, as opposed to that they're not. Like I said, I'm just on the fence. But if I had to pick one, I would say sure, ghosts are real. I would say they are.
Cool. That's all I got.
We talk about this every episode. Have you been better?
Oh my god!
Have you been better? Because I've been a lot better when it comes to the alarmy. I've been doing the tiles and getting up. I've been a lot better when it comes to getting up in the morning. So much better, dog.
See, I get up in the morning. I think I've gotten better, but I've gotten more frustrated with myself because I made the math. I do the math problems where you have to put 3 problems in to get it to stop, and I made it super hard so I can't just do it in my head and stop. I have to go to the calculator, calculate them, and then go back to Alarmy and do it. And if you stay too long on the calculator, it resets your problem. So you have to and it's super frustrating. So it wakes me up every morning. But the last couple days, it's like, all right, I'm wide awake laying here, but I don't have to be awake for another 10 minutes. So I'm gonna lay here, gather myself, and then once I need to go take a shower, I'm gonna get up and go take a shower. And then I'll wake up 40 minutes later, like,
yeah,
what just happened? So it's a different type of falling back asleep, but I think it's a better one. So I gotta tell myself to just get up. I think I'm gonna change my alarm from 7:30 to 7:50, so I can't lay back down and be like, yeah, I can lay here for another 10 minutes. I have to get up
for sure.
But I didn't use the 60. I told you it was $30 for a year for the premium. It's 60. Okay. The 30 was like a Christmas special.
Wow, so you should have got it on the Christmas special.
Absolutely. Because I would have paid 30. I'm not paying 60.
For sure. That makes sense. All right. That's all I wanted to ask you, is we talk about it every damn day. So I just wanted to say I've been a lot better. I've been proud of myself actually getting up. Even if I'm not going to act like I'm getting up at fucking 8 o'clock, but even noon, that's just progress. And it honestly wouldn't even matter when I'm getting up. It's just the first time I wake up, I just wake up. It's not
just get up. Yeah.
Just get up. Even if it's at fucking 4 p.m. Just the first time I wake up, just make sure I just fucking just get up. So yeah, I just want to.
When you wake up, what do you do? Like, you just get up and go to the bathroom. You get up and drink something.
No, bro, and that's one thing I have to get better at, because I always make sure to have like a water next to my bed, and I put up like a pinch of salt in my water so I get my electrolytes in the morning. I mean, you could also do it with like a fucking Gatorade or something, but I just put like, literally, you would think not even like a fucking teaspoon, literally just a pinch. Like, I literally mean just a pinch into a water bottle and put it by my side, so I wake up and I'm like, and I have electrolytes in me as soon as I wake up, so I'm energized. But it's like, when I wake up, I don't even want water in my mouth. Like, I don't want anything. Like, I just find it so repulsive. Like, I know in the middle of the night I'll wake up, but that's like kind of like instinct. It's like when you wake up in the middle of the night, you're just reaching around for a water and just chugging it. That's instinct. But when I wake up and I roll over and see that water, I just find it repulsive drinking it when I first wake up. And it's not even because I have morning breath. It's like, I just don't want anything right now. Like, I was talking to my friend the other day. Like, I need to get better at drinking my water, because sometimes even water is just like, bro, I feel like I'm forcing myself to drink it.
You have to, though, and I'm the same way. But I have to improve, and it's not like I'm drinking sodas or anything. But
no, I only drink water.
I drink
water. And
I drink so much Propel.
Oh, okay.
I need to just drink more regular water because it's better for you.
Yeah.
But I used to listen to the Breadbasket podcast like every episode, and I've fallen way behind because I'm behind on numbers on the board as well.
Yeah.
And Zach used to like preach how he'd wake up and within 20 seconds he would drink a whole water bottle and then immediately be going on a walk. And he's privileged; he's a rich man that can be doing that. Yeah. I gotta get my ass up and go to work. But I think that drinking water when you first wake up, it sends signals to your whole body and like tells you that you're actually awake now.
That's why I drink the water with my salt in it, because it definitely wakes me up and gives me energy to start my day. I'm fine with getting up and going on a walk right away, but I just don't want to eat anything or drink anything when I wake up. I just don't find it like I have no appetite when I first wake up. I just don't. So I just can't.
I wish that I could eat breakfast because like not that I don't have an appetite, but I try not to eat a lot of calories in the morning because I like to save them for dinner and trying to lose weight again. But I remember Mike and Kenny were talking about it that Mike was like, yeah, I don't eat a lot of meals and blah blah blah, and Derek was like, Derek was telling him you get it in your sodas and stuff, but Kenny told him that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and it just truly is. You get so much. It just helps out in so many ways. So I wish I could get back to it. And once
this is gonna sound bad, I only have breakfast when I plan it the night before. Like it's like, all right, I'm gonna have breakfast tonight. I never wake up and be like, you know what? Let's go have breakfast. It's like I know it's like my family, we're going out to breakfast for an occasion, or it's like the night before. I tell myself I'm making breakfast. I never wake up and be like, you know what? I'll go make some eggs or something. Like never. I just don't like breakfast food. Even when like my family asks me to go out just to breakfast, I will say no because I just don't like breakfast food most of the time. I'm just not a fan.
I love breakfast food. Love it.
Not a fan. Not a huge fan of breakfast food.
You like coffee?
Absolutely not. I am not a coffee drinker in the slightest. In the slightest. Like ever. You'll never catch me sipping on coffee.
About 10 minutes ago, I just said we had a lot in common, but that is crazy. Not just coffee alone, but breakfast as a whole. You don't fuck with pancakes?
Not that I don't like it. I just
you don't want them.
Yeah, and honestly, no, I don't really like. I like pancakes, but no, I don't really. And I'm a waffle over pancake guy, by the way. But waffles have the little crunch. Waffles have the little crunch to them. Waffles have the crunch to them. The little individual little squares. You can get the butter and syrup in the little squares and. But I'm just not a huge like eggs are fine. Eggs are okay, but like pancakes, waffles, French toast, bacon, you can miss me with all that. You can miss.
This conversation just literally made me hungry. I'm about to call my grandma tomorrow, see if she want to go to breakfast on Saturday.
Just chug a water if you're hungry.
Does that work?
Or like a diet drink, diet soda. I know that's what a lot of people say because the carbonation will fill you up, and it's 0 calories. That's like a life hack. Like it really is. Especially if you're trying to lose weight, diet sodas are like a life hack.
Diet soda has a lot of sodium in it, though.
Or sparkling water. That's a really big one that people drink.
Sparkling water, yeah,
LaCroix for sure. And shit like that because the carbonation will fill you up. But yeah, if like that's one thing that's why I know I have to drink my water because if I drink my water throughout the day, I just find myself not being hungry. Like so that's
I don't have any issue with drinking liquids.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know.
And I try to use my protein shakes as a source. Like when I come home hungry, like I'll do it. Yep. Like usually you see me, yeah, I have it when I'm like when we're about to film. When I come home from work late, it's like fuck it. I'm not trying to eat a whole nother meal. Let me just drink this protein shake before I go to bed.
I drink one with dinner every night because I don't get enough protein in me in the first place because I don't eat meat. So
I feel like we've had this conversation before. We definitely have, huh? Yeah, bad friend. Yeah. But yeah. We appreciate you guys tuning in. That's all we got this week.
I think we broke our record for shortest episode ever.
I took the under for 1:10. I don't know how early we started, so it might be like 2 minutes of rambling. So it might be like 1:06. So let's wrap this shit up so the under hits and I get my 20 because we shook on it.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
But no, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Like Small said, head over to the TikTok and
check out the Twitter.
Yep, Smalls was Dark. We were in a call earlier, and Dark was like, "Dang, is Smalls just gonna retweet every award winner?" And then I went and checked, and I was scrolling through, and I was like, "Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Rookie, Offensive Rookie." It definitely was all there. So I was like, "Yeah, he's not lying." But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Leave
Dark a like, funny as hell, bro. I love him to death.
Leave a like, comment, and sub, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Have fun. Stay safe.